It is Let's Talk Arts and Entertainment on WMAY. Well, recently we found out the director of shows at the Abraham Lincoln Presidential Library and Museum, Phil Funkenbusch, is retiring. He's also done a lot of shows locally here in Springfield. He's on the phone with me right now. Phil, how are you doing?
I'm great. How are you? Everything okay?
I'm doing good. Everything's going pretty good right now. Congratulations, first of all.
Thank you.
That's great.
Thank you.
So I want to just ask you a little bit how you got, because I know you've lived in a couple different places, how you got here in Springfield and got started getting involved in theater and just your love of theater in general.
It's a crazy story. You may need to do a few installments, but I will tell you, I worked with the state 26 years, and I realized that this past year, and I thought, it is time. It's a good time to go on to whatever is next. I was, I can't remember how long ago it was, 93, 94. I got hired to direct a play at New Salem. I was living in New York then, and I had been coming back and forth for a while to do shows in Havana. I had a storefront theater, a little theater in an old store. And I got hired to do a show at New Salem. And then they hired me to do another show. And then they hired me on a contract for a few months to work in the village with the costumed interpreters. And that just led, I kept staying. So finally I got a job with Illinois Historic Preservation Agency to do theater at historic sites around the state, which was an unbelievable job. So many great memories, such a golden time. And then I got the wanderlust about going back to New York, and then I thought I need to wait and see what's going to happen with this new Lincoln Presidential Museum. And Richard Norton Smith had just been hired as the director, and so I met him and we talked, and he said, just think of this whole museum as your theater. So how could I not stay and see what was going to happen there? And so that was 16 years ago.
Wow.
Nuts, if you think about the time.
Yeah,
and being, so many good things.
Yeah, absolutely. And being the director of shows there at the museum there, name some of the things that you did. Of course, you did several shows there, but we
did a lot of shows. But the main job was to just oversee the ongoing daily shows, like the Ghosts of the Library, television theater, which we have live actors that do that show, and then the Union Theater show, and we had to train these actors to do this show because it's very difficult, and we've been really lucky to have some great people in that show over the years. And then after we'd been open a while, we decided to start doing other things as well, and that's when we started putting actors in exhibits and having music in the plaza and Civil War bands and fiddlers and dulcimer players and storytellers. And then we started doing plays in the Union Theater. I think the first show we did was called Reunion, which was this great Civil War musical. And we did a bunch of things over the years. I can't even remember them now, but The Last of Mrs. Lincoln was a great one. And then the big Civil War musical we did out in the park 3 different summers. I can't tell you the years of those, but, it's been a long time. I think the last one was in 2014.
I think
we did
I think it was.
Put a big stage up, and it was really fun and exciting.
Yeah, and all those shows that I've seen that you put on were great, and something else you talked about. They had the all the actors, local actors, people that have been in shows here, and do not necessarily always work in the museum, but I mean some of them usually do. That are some of the people that portray the people such as Mrs. Lincoln or Lincoln or like the museum curator, like that sort of thing.
Right, and it's been really great to be able to pay people to do theater.
Yeah. Yeah.
And even the plays we did, I mean, we didn't pay them big bucks, but they got something, and it was just nice to be able to do that. And we would get grants, and a lot of people would, donate to be part of these shows. And so it's been really good. One Destiny is another play that we've done. I think we've done over 200 some performances of that. It's a
awesome.
play that I saw at Ford's Theater originally, and it took place on the stage of Ford's Theater a few weeks after the assassination. And so we first did that, I don't know, second play of the year, 2008 or 9, and Ed was in that. Ed's been in that all the time, Ed McMurdo.
Yeah.
And he now has been putting new actors in that show with him. And so it's been kind of fun. He's going to continue doing shows there.
Cool.
And so, there's been a lot. We've just done so much. That's what's been fulfilling. And no one ever really said no to us. They always let us try. That started back with Dave Hedrick at New Salem. He always let me try something, even if he thought it was crazy. We did Godspell at New Salem in 93 or 4. And we wanted to do a Saturday night 10 o'clock show after the 7 o'clock show. And he said, "Are you crazy? No one would come." And of course, the performance was packed to the gills.
Oh, yeah.
And it was just amazing, those kind of things. So
that's awesome. Yeah, that is super cool. And as you are retiring, what are you planning on doing going forward? I mean, of course you've done. I mean, I'm sure you're still going to want to do a lot of theater, but I mean, I'm sure you've been doing a lot. I mean, I'm sure you can be doing a little, just probably relaxing a bit. I'm sure for a little bit. What do you have? What are you thinking of? Planning going forward?
I haven't directed a play since August of 2019 when it was. Walking Across Egypt to play it in the outdoor theater at New Salem. Mm-hmm. So it's been a long time. So yeah, I would like to do something, but the times have been so strange. Yeah. We've been working on doing some taping of some things for the museum to put online, but I'm just going to be a hermit for a while. I'm going to sit around, I'm going to read, I'm going to walk, I'm going to take it easy. I slept till 7:30 this morning.
Nice.
Which is amazing.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm going to do some writing. I've got some theater projects that I would like to do and a few files of things that I've carried around with me for years. I've already got a couple of those out. And who knows what we'll do.
All right. Well, it's great. Yeah, definitely. Get some rest. You have earned it. But definitely be looking out to whatever you may be doing in the future. So congratulations once again on your retirement, Phil. It's great.
Great.
Well
Thanks a million.
And definitely we'll be talking to you again sometime soon.
Okay.
It is Let's Talk Arts and Entertainment on WMAY.